The hunter doesn't always win. In the wild, a well-timed counterattack can change the course of events. Even the dominant lion can sometimes be knocked out, surrounded, or forced to retreat. And those failures, captured on camera, make the title of king more precarious than ever. Lions have long been considered symbols of power on the grasslands. A mature male can weigh nearly 500 pounds, with a sturdy build, a powerful bite, and sharp hunting reflexes. It is the leader in ambushes, and often the one who wins. But no matter how strong it is, the lion is not always invincible. In nature, just one moment of inattention is enough to squander all advantages. A misstep, a wrong pounce, or simply underestimating the opponent can instantly turn the tables. Many prey, though smaller and weaker, possess keen survival instincts. A timely counterattack against a buffalo's charge or a zebra's kick is enough to force a lion to retreat. At that point, the predator becomes the attacked. Overconfidence is sometimes the biggest mistake. In the wild, the title of king does not grant privileges or immunity, because power without prudence cannot guarantee absolute safety. On the vast savanna, giraffes are often mistaken for the weaker species. Standing up to 18 feet tall and weighing nearly 2,600 pounds, they possess the calm demeanor of unhurried creatures. But hidden beneath that appearance is a defensive strength rarely seen in the herbivorous animal world. Their nearly 6-foot-long hind legs are not only used for stability, but also as a powerful counterattack weapon. A well-timed kick can cost any predator dearly. In a recorded hunt in the southern Kenyan grasslands, a group of lionesses approached a giraffe from 3 directions. It was a familiar tactic, attacking the legs to disorient it. But when one lion leaped in for a direct attack, the giraffe spun around and delivered a powerful kick with its hind leg. The strike was not only precise, but also powerful enough to send the lion flying backward, forcing the entire pride to retreat. The ambush ended quickly, not with a victory, but with a deterrent effect from what seemed like docile prey. In the blazing sun of the African savanna, herds of zebras move in silence, their steps slow but vigilant. Their distinctive black and white stripes are easily recognizable, but few notice that hidden beneath this appearance is a formidable defense system. Adult zebras can weigh nearly 900 pounds, and their hind legs are a less discussed but incredibly effective weapon. When faced with danger, a zebra's first reaction is to run. But if the predator targets a young one, the roles immediately shift. Maternal instinct causes the zebra to turn around. It not only kicks, but is ready to bite back to protect its offspring. In the Botswana savanna, a lioness approached a mother horse and her foal. As she lunged, the mother horse turned and delivered a powerful hammer-like kick, sending her attacker flying. Not stopping there, it counterattacked with a surprise bite. It wasn't mere self-defense, but a determination to protect at all costs. In an instant, the tide turned. A creature considered weak prey caused the entire pride of lions to retreat in defeat. Sometimes, the most dangerous things come from the least expected places, the silent but powerful power of maternal love. The African buffalo, or Cape buffalo, is known as the tank of the grasslands. Weighing over 1,500 pounds, with thick hides and horns curved like shields, they are not only large, but also extremely tenacious. Despite being herbivores, they don't retreat when threatened, but are ready to confront the enemy head-on. When lions choose their prey, they often target older or younger buffalo, using tactics to separate the herd and attack from behind to stun them. But it is at that very moment that the buffalo's instinct to protect its herd kicks in. Instead of fleeing individually, the entire herd turned around, forming a solid wall of horns that moved in unison, closing in and then counterattacking.
What they want is to separate one.
In the Okavango Delta, a young buffalo was attacked by a lion. In less than 10 seconds, the entire herd reacted. A mature male buffalo charged forward with incredible speed, goring the lion with immense force. The lion was thrown off the ground, stunned, and hastily retreated in chaos.
Fighting. Unbelievable.
This time, the predator was the loser. Because in the natural world, individual strength cannot compare to the spirit of unity, especially when protection does not come from survival instinct, but from the deep bond between members of the herd.
I don't think so. Oh. Yes, go boy, yes.
In the wild, the African black rhinoceros is not noisy, but it commands the respect of the entire grassland. They weigh twice as much as giraffes. Their skin is nearly 2 inches thick like armor, and their 30-inch horns are a clear warning to any predator. Lions rarely target rhinoceroses, but hunger and the heat of Limpopo led a pride of lionesses to risk their limits. They approached from the flanks, their only accessible position. But with a single turn, the rhinoceros retaliated. It lunged forward, its horns lowered like living blades. The first lioness to be hit was thrown back, and the entire pride quickly descended into chaos. Under the heat exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit, exhaustion came quickly. The lions retreated not out of weakness, but because they understood their limits. In nature, knowing when to stop is also a way to continue to survive. African wild dogs weigh only 40 to 70 pounds, much smaller than lions. But their strength lies not in size, but in coordination, speed, discipline, and pack spirit. When moving, the entire pack operates as a unified, fast, synchronized unit, extremely sensitive to danger. During the harsh, dry season, an old lioness, about 15 years old, appears near a watering hole. Her physical strength is declining, her reflexes are slow, but instinct still drives her to seek an opportunity. A pack of wild dogs detects her presence. They don't attack immediately, but spread out to surround her, moving and making sounds to create pressure. The lioness unexpectedly counterattacks, catching a wild dog that has strayed from the pack. But immediately, the entire pack turns back. Without using brute force, they create chaos by harassing from multiple directions simultaneously. The lion held its prey for a few seconds, then had to release it because trying to hold on would inevitably lead to injury. The confrontation ended with victory going to the weaker party. Not because they were strong, but because they worked together. In nature, coordination is sometimes more formidable than sheer strength. Spotted hyenas weigh only about 100 to 140 pounds, but when they travel in packs of up to 30, they become formidable. With a bite force of up to 1,100 psi and sophisticated encirclement tactics, they are not afraid to confront stronger opponents. They are not solitary nor hasty, but persistent and organized. At Etosha, a young lion strayed into the territory of a hyena pack of nearly 20 individuals. They didn't attack directly, but repeatedly approached, retreating, and then advancing from different directions. The encirclement tightened little by little, forcing the lion to constantly maneuver. Physical strength diminished. Psychological stress persisted. But when another lion appeared, the hyena pack immediately retreated without a fight. The outcome favored the lion, not because the individual was stronger, but because the pack had returned. The lion's failures do not diminish its strength, but rather expose the limits of power. Each retreat is not the end, but proof of the hunter's wisdom. In nature, victory and defeat are only moments, while the instinct for survival is the core. And it is these failures that make wildlife more authentic and amazing than ever before. On the savanna, lions are often seen as the dominant predators, possessing strength and hunting experience. But not every attack leads to victory, as depicted in the movies. When facing familiar adversaries and unexpected dangers, small mistakes can turn the tide. These rare moments show that even lions can sometimes find themselves at a disadvantage. On the vast savannas of Africa, lions are present as symbols of controlled power. A mature male lion can weigh between 400 and 500 pounds, with a slow gait, shoulders lowered, and each step carefully calculated. It is not in a hurry. In this world, energy is something to be conserved for the right moment. Lions are the only big cats that live in prides. A pride typically consists of a lioness, cubs, and one or more males who protect a territory spanning tens of square miles. For much of the time, lions rest in silence, sometimes for 18 to 20 hours a day. When they act, every decision carries risk. On the savanna, strength is only meaningful when combined with patience and the right timing. Unlike many other herbivores, African buffalo carry a heavy and vigilant presence. An adult can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, with their curved horns always ready to defend their surroundings. They move slowly, but rarely alone. For buffalo, safety comes from staying close together. A pride of lions silently separates the formation, approaching the buffalo herd from behind. They coordinate closely, seeking to disrupt and separate the weaker individuals. The target is quickly identified, a mother buffalo walking close to her calf. But the chances of success are always slim. Even with good coordination, the lion's predatory odds rarely exceed 10% against a buffalo. When pressure builds, the mother buffalo immediately turns, standing between her calf and the threat. From behind, the entire herd quickly turned around, spread out, and advanced, forcing the lions to retreat. Under pressure from multiple sides, the lions were forced to split up and leave. The cubs were protected, and the buffalo herd quickly restored its original formation. The encounter ended with the advantage belonging to the buffalo, thanks to the strength of the entire herd. Besides rivers and shallow waters, hippos are among the most dangerous creatures of the savanna. Although herbivorous, they are known for their aggressive temperament and fierce territorial defenses. An adult hippo possesses tusks nearly 20 inches long, with an estimated bite force of 1,800 psi. On land, they can charge at incredible speeds, turning seemingly peaceful water into a dangerous place. While navigating a stretch of river, 3 male lions descended into shallow water. They moved cautiously, but their presence did not escape the notice of a hippo resting nearby. Almost immediately, the hippo turned and charged forward with its full weight. Faced with this sudden, rapid advance, One of the lions immediately retreated. The other two turned and fled at the last moment, trying to maintain a safe distance. The hippos pursued with their mouths wide open, only stopping when the territorial boundary was re-established. The encounter ended quickly, and the pride of lions chose to retreat from the area. The hippos held their ground, asserting control of the water. On the savanna, the predator's advantage varies depending on the terrain. In the list of rivals that lions fear, hyenas always hold a special place. The two species live and forage in the same area, sharing about 58% of the food resources, making competition inevitable. Encounters are therefore frequent, subtle, and prolonged. Despite facing many disadvantages in Etosha, hyenas maintain their presence thanks to their large numbers and ability to coordinate as a pack. A young lion, while on the move, separated from its pack and entered the center of a hyena clan's territory, consisting of nearly 20 individuals. They didn't approach directly. The hyenas fanned out, constantly changing positions, advancing and retreating. Short, sporadic, close encounters were enough to maintain a prolonged state of tension. Over time, the constant encirclement gradually weakens the lion and forces it to be on guard from multiple directions. The hyena's mobbing tactics create sustained pressure, but also put them in a risky situation. Field observations show that such prolonged encounters often result in losses for both sides. When the situation becomes unfavorable, another lion appears, a member of the same pride. Its mere presence is enough to make the entire hyena clan retreat and end the confrontation. The outcome favors the lion, not because of the strength of an individual, but because of the social bond behind it. Along rivers and waterways, crocodiles are present almost motionless. Their large bodies, low to the water's surface, blend in with the mud and grass along the banks. A mature crocodile can generate a bite force of up to 3,700 pounds per square inch, enough to inflict serious damage in an instant. This is where crocodiles have an absolute advantage, and also the boundary where lions must be cautious. While moving in the sweltering heat, a lion descends to the water's edge to cool off. On dry land, it is accustomed to controlling its space. But upon entering shallow water, complacency sets in. Beneath the murky surface, a crocodile is waiting, almost imperceptibly. In a split second, the water suddenly churns violently. The crocodile lunges forward like an arrow, swift and decisive. The lion, startled, reacts instantly. It turned and sprinted at full speed toward the shore, water splashing behind it with each hurried step. The distance quickly narrowed, and the lion made its way back to dry land. The crocodile remained in the water, where it held its natural advantage. The encounter ended, a reminder that the boundary between land and water is always a place where roles can shift in an instant. On the savanna, African wild dogs move quickly and are organized. Each weighs only about 40 to 70 pounds, much smaller than a lion, but they don't rely on individual strength. Wild dogs survive thanks to speed, discipline, and the close bond of the pack. When danger arises, they react simultaneously as a unified whole. In the arid land, an older lioness, about 15 years old, emerges in search of water. Her body is tired, her reflexes slower than before. Ahead, a pack of wild dogs suddenly blocks her path. They fan out in a wide circle, moving quickly and making constant noise to exert pressure. The lioness counterattacks in an instant. She catches a slow-moving wild dog. But immediately, the entire pack turns around. They approached, harassed, and distracted from multiple directions, forcing the lioness to constantly maneuver. Faced with the risk of injury, the lioness was forced to release her prey and retreat. The wild dogs prevailed thanks to their coordinated pack action. On the savanna, sometimes collective solidarity is enough to force the stronger to back down. Through these rare encounters, the familiar image of the lion gradually becomes more complete. Strength, speed, and experience do not always guarantee the desired outcome. Each opponent, each terrain, carries its own limitations that even lions must respect. In the natural world, survival does not belong to the strongest, but to the one who knows how to adapt at the right time.